New Game Plus. Part 3. The adventurer's victory over Ifrit, the Lord of Inferno, prompts comparisons to be made to the fabled warrior of light. Yet even as the feat draws the admiration of the masses, so too does it draw the ire of the shadowy Ascians. To what end these masked individuals scheme remains to be seen, the search for answers beginning with the one named La Habrea. I think my food is outside. I will BRB as well. Return, and I've got Five Guys burgers and fries. Let's go. Oh, did I buy a large? No, I bought a regular. Okay. I was like, did I buy a large fry? Was I an idiot? I was not an idiot. Alright. I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Kinliana. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I will leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Kinliana. The Masked Man? Ah, you come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there's been a sighting of this rogue near about Eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge describes him in detail when he alerted us to a suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kikern. It can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees a fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You would do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow always starved for customers, and he'll no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have the coin or mind to spend it. Oops. Welcome to Highbridge, adventure. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such as an individual might have featured in one of my many rumors I've heard. You linger a while, and perhaps you'll learn a thing or two, eh? When the Order of Nalthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless beastman raids, folks are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah, I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go ask the other merchants. Hi, I've heard tale of a masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about the Island too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little's known about him otherwise. On the trail of a masked man? Aye, I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. Says he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious, and that's all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters learning about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Keekern raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Keekern raids are so consistent, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. I finally got some honest-to-goods information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took a look there myself. I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Keekern appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came over me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Had to crinkle a paper bag a bunch, figured it'd be more polite to just mute and deal with it. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? This scroll. It bears the prayer to Rhalgr, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rhalgr is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected, I must confess. The merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? The Alamigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery, so it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Alamigo over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is a favored destination for refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much help she shall be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has, relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send her my love. Not a day goes by I don't think of her. I suppose this is it, then. I had hoped that you would linger a while, cull some beans, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Why, yes, Hibar is my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with family matters. But I'm grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundabald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Who are you? State your business, and I skipped the dialogue too fast. State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? You struggle enough without even having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gilsibert, head of the security here at Little Alamigo. I heard a tale that you had business with Gundabald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much of a word as thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try and help my fellow man where I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, it might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for a Malja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thanalan tea, so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run the little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Deliverer of tea and pretzels, away! Who the hell's are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Well, ain't ye considerate. My thanks, my friend. What's that, a masked villain? Hiding among the refugees, like as not. Me compatriots, as live here, go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. You there. Are you in a Malja? No? Then carry on. What a question. Ah, the sophisticated aroma. It's been forever since I had to drop a sweet Thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark scaly skin, 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. Shoot, don't bother me. If it's the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me, you shouldn't have. Sorry? A suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, but with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking to some Alamegans. I assume he was one of them. Ah, you're back. So do my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. So you're determined to press on with your investigation? Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust, and the best way to win their trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Ul'dah, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger. It's not as tangible, a common purpose. The purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be to find someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Boy, do I! Best girl is best connection. Welcome back, Kinliana. How fares the investigation? You see, given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder the Alamegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have a means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. Let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Alamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Your Alamegan comrade is named Haribert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Haribert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. But isn't Kinliana Ironhide, the Scion's rising star? Is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo? That's a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with the lot. I used to be a member of the Alamegan resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same, the liberation of Alamigo. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albretta, and she's a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Eh? You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. Harrybird sent you? Ugh, that worthless whore son. He abandoned his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor. Simply incredible. I mean... Ugh. I realize Harrybird was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man. And if he trusts you, that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That's Mefford, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Hi, I'm Mefford, a proud man of the Alamegan Resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Galleon, sir. His wound's gone infested and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. God damn it. I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. Galleon dies, his blood's on their hands. These Quarrymill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Alberta. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. One of Mefford's is in bad shape, you say. I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly I do. They're my countrymen, after all, but that'd mean going against the Elemental's will. I've been at Quarrymill long enough to know how right terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the Hamlet's resident here. If you take the matter to her, might be as she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. You wish to aid the Alamegans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant your wish. The authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes, at the breast of men, or grown, babes at the breast, or men grown, are judged of a night, whether they may have a place beneath the boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive the wood's bounty. Ever has it been, since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. That's how it is to be, then. The bloody hero might as well kill Galleon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the Resistance is free of this place. I led my men to Quarrymill, hoping to find refuge. Instead, we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is, some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hell, Galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I have no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison-purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd be forever in your debt. Ah, you're back. Tell me you got the 4 horns with you. You're a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralgr that there's at least one woman in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buscarun, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he's like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him and have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back. I'll give it to Farimund here. Godspeed. Ah, Kinliana, ever a sight for sore eyes. How fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow and about? You got something to show me? Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea. I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. Hi, I'm no stranger to the remedy. An Alamegan friend once used it to treat my festering wounds years and years ago. Safe to say, he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Alamegan soldier in Quarrywell? Heh, so it comes full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor solid as needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. It is well to see you returned. Have you the medicine for our brother? Gods bless you, adventurer. I'll see that Galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him, trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Adventurer, Galleon's gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition like to deteriorate to where it was before, or worse. Need you to help us find him, and quickly. Start by asking Albretta. Might be the woman seen something. Ah, finally, it's about time he came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarry Mill some time ago, and he left me this sealed letter before he went off. Made me swear not to open it until someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. That is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to Little Alamigo. Blast it. Had I known what he was thinking, I would have stopped the folly myself. The love Galleon bears for his brothers is so strong, he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood in his weakened state is suicide. Out in the wilds? Alone? The fool! The great big sentimental fool! My men and I will scour the wood for Galleon. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. Watch out! A goblin! Galleon! Captain, but why? You shall be on your way. What do you take us for? We're Alamegans, and Alamegans never forsake one another. Hardship be damned. Remember the oath we swore, goddammit. The oath to reclaim our homeland. We'll set foot on Alamegan soil again, together, or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing, you'll wish we didn't find you. Can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I will see you back at Quarry Mill. Is that just a person crafting? Yes, it is. It's just a dude crafting in the middle of the fucking bat tunnel. Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger until he's strong enough to take the roads again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall you wanted something of me. You've proven a true friend of my people. Ask me anything and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Little Alamigo? That's all? Far be it for me to question your desire, of course. Very well. I will provide you with a letter to show to Gundabald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the Resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I have no doubt that we will do all in his power to aid you. What a nice guy. I'm sure he's unimportant, and he will live a long and fulfilling life, and we'll never see him again. Why have you returned? You are not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. You spoke with Meffred? It's been a long time since I last heard from him. I feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Meffred sees you as a friend, and any friend of Meffred is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek, and will tell you what I can. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Alamigo of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young'uns are meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question him about their trysts, but they're not to like to yield information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may well feel obliged to talk. Gundabald sent you? Listen, I told them it was a bad idea. All that tripe about believing the masked man and... you don't know anything about this? Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me to not think I'm in for it. A masked man? I have no idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. Is there not one up here? Must be down. What? Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have, but I'll be sure to tell my friends you're looking for them. This bunch been skulking around, right suspicious-like, but I got nothing to do with them. I know what trouble when I see it, and there's trouble. Mark me words. So, you have indeed confirmed my suspicions about a masked man. That is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in my eyes. I ought to know, for it once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, that same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Alamigo. Naught would do but to depose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution all right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize we'd been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time, though the young ones know this not. Unless we intervene, they are like to commit a great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. Hey, Adventure, you done talking with the old bear? Got a message to you from Wilred. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gundabald and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over the craggy area north of here. Why can't I fly out the top? Rude! Thanks for coming, friend. 'Tis no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you, to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you, or someone else? Quarrel got your tongue? No matter. Whoever you work for, your meddling ends here. Get her! I won't let you foil our plan. You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it we'll reclaim our homeland. Nope. Keep traveling this place and flying through it, kind of a mess. Nope, this way. Attacked by Wilred and his cronies? They would go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Wilred mentioned something about the power to bring down the Empire. What power could he be speaking? Gundabald, Bertliana? Gods preserve, what happened? I was out foraging. When the Corpse Brigade came, they took me to their hideout and the whole while they laughed at me. They said I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Elamigans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong. I swear to you, these villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wilred, he saw me outside. He was so angry. I must tend to Bertliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones wake amiss. I fear they may do something rash. O mighty Rhalgr, Lord of Destruction, we implore you lend us your strength and put an end to the suffering of your people. Here to interfere again? Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes, and no one will dare oppress us ever again. If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might be as Gundabald's content to eke out existence in this musty old cave, but I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. And where in the seven hells did I put that bloody map? I have it. My map now. What those animals did to Bertliana is unforgivable, and to think they look down on us. Well, I'll suffer this humiliation no more. I'm with Wilred to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. Gone? The whole lot of them? Then it's as I feared. They mean to take the matters into their own hands. What exactly is it they mean to do? What's this? A hunting knife? And a map of Zanrak? Wait, you said Wilred spoke of crystals, did you not? They couldn't possibly mean to... By the gods, this is rank madness! The young fools are untrained and unblooded at all. They have no notion of how dangerous the Amalja are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yalms of the crystals. They're headed east. If we hurry, we may yet find them before it's too late. Wilred, did no others survive? This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We're gonna reclaim our homeland. We... Pull yourself together, lad. But we were gonna make an offering of crystals to Rhalgr, to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zanrak and make off with the lizardmen's cash, but they caught us and... So many dead. Gods forgive me. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. I forget our young one's transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for this useful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of Alamigo's people. This hope I will guard with my life. Oh my god, I have baby's first OG CD. Let's go! I'm a real paladin now because I'm level 31. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths could learn much from a woman like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. Wait, we've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, ripe for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Wilred? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is the fate of those who are touched by a god. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about... The masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summon Rhalgr. He swore! Enough. I will hear the rest of your sorry tale back in Little Alamigo. I dare say King Liana will wish to hear it as well. No more lies, Wilred. Tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Rhalgr, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from this squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. I should have known. There's no solution, nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Wilred. Our home may be lost to us, but it takes more than stores and stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us. It's for you to decide what to make of this legacy, whether you choose to do what you choose. But whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me, and sorry I tried to kill you. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here. Would that we had more information to offer, but what Wilred told you is the extent of our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poisoned words. Welcome back, Kinliana. I'm reliably informed the investigation took you to Quarry Mill and Little Alamigo. Tell me, were you able to learn aught of Allah Habrea? Planted the knowledge of summoning in impressionable young minds, you say. Precisely the kind of deceptions the Asians would employ. While many of the ills that ail the land can be attributed to the calamity, some are brought about by a malign will. We must needs delve deeper into this, while things remain quiet on the primal front. All work and no play makes Minfilia a dull scion. Did you say something? Nothing, milady. Ahem. Mayhap we ought to rest a while before speaking further on the investigation. While you were tending to business in Thanalan, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the Sylphs. An individual fitting La Habrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. The sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the self-same area. My instincts tell me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up La Habrea's trail once more. Neuraxia can furnish you with the details. Pray speak with her, and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Kinliana. Oh, he's so little! It's little! Ah, it's little Arnvold! What a good baby. Walking One is investigating Sinister One? Then heed this one's words. This one is friends with the Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to a friendly one, a digging one named Medrid has encountered with a scary masked one. This masked one is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go speak with Digging One Medrid. Digging One is to be found at Falgard Float in the North Shroud. Hello, Christmas Bear. Seem to have spawned inside of you. Please leave him be. I'm not long for this world. I looked death in the face. It's only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. Medrid is clearly traumatized. Perhaps if you were to soothe him, he might remain calm long enough to hold a conversation. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float and noticed a suspicious character in the distance, a masked man garbed head to toe in black. It had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taken by curiosity, I crept near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Thal, come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you with whatever way we can. Aye, anything to ensure we won't have to suffer Medrid's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork. That's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventure. At least the least I can do to repay her for comforting me. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found with their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scalekin known as Ziz could inflict such wounds. Why some folk are pointing the finger at them. I somehow doubt the answer's that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 3 of the creatures, and see if we can find any proof connecting them to the deaths? Excuse me. But you can't be linked. You're up there. Oh, you came down. Okay. You've already seen to the Ziz? Good work, adventurer. So, were you able to find aught to suggest the creatures are our culprits? No. Nothing? Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it looked like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike Ziz from our list of suspects, which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. Something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd better watch myself, eh? Unseemly japes aside, there's a rumor been going around. There's some as whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rocks southwest of here, causing it to flash and moan. Bears investigating, I reckon. I'm gonna give you a fire sand stick to blow off a piece of that crag. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you have to throw the thing. Once you torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments, and I'll give them a gander. Interesting. It won't let me take two at once. Kind of annoying, considering that, both of them are in the same area, but oh well. Buy followers? Dude, I would love to buy followers. That's a ban. Bigfollows.com. Big follows, big follows. Most folk are too scared to go with 100 yalms of the Rocker Rancor. Hi, has a name. But what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. It's a bit hard to tell beneath the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and moaning. Nothing to do with the masked stranger. Looks like we've gone and wasted your time and a perfectly good fire stand stick. Oh well. There's something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself, lest I worsen Medred's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medred's. I was heading home after a day of digging, when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. I think it is. No, wait, is it up? No, I think it's down. Yeah, it's down. to Bane might. A monstrous Bane might appeared, and you slew it? That creature had long been the scourge upon the folk of Falgord. Intentional or no, you've done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder, was it truly a winged eyeball I saw? Or merely a trick of the light combined with blind panic? There were no promising leads in the murders. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer's still at large. Judging by your furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as it does me. I've been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a Bane mite. But you and I were miles apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend here has had a run-in with the Bane mite at the very spot you claim to see the fiendish eyeball. Isn't that right? There must be an explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I could wager an apple tart on it. Ooh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making out to be. There's no reason there couldn't be. Gods, of course. There must be more than one of the buggers. Ugh, it's so obvious, but then that means, since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, there must be even more victims as yet discovered. Gulp. I do believe we're out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we're just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Lest you've forgotten, it was the rocky areas of the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There is a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. AKA, fuck this shit, I'm out. You're the warrior of light. Good luck. It is a mangled corpse. And an eyeball! Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to that horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Shroud, where the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of the winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them so as to notify the next of... This button, engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found upon another victim. A family sigil, or that of an organization, perhaps. Either way, I dare to hope that this will prove a pivotal in solving the murders. I would have you hold the lily button. Hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. I might make a suggestion. You may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mion. Perhaps something in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon its sigil. Hi, Vader. You wanna come snuggle? I'm up for a perfectly good snuggle. Ooh, what'd you do to your... Hold on, you. What did I just feel? Did you get something stuck on you, or do you have a scab? What'd you do? No? Okay, I don't feel it again. Must have come off. My kitty cat got into a fight outside. We're not sure if it was with another cat, or with our other cat. Oh, derp. Oh, you big derp. Yes, you're a big bully. Yes, you're a big bully. Hello, Mother Mion. Good day to you, Kinliana. By your grin and expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and herb tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body. Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will want to find the answer the old-fashioned way by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette, over at the Aetheryte Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Need help tracking down the owner of a button? Well, that's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on then, show me what you have. Seems to be some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old, though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. There's a soul in Gridania who does. It would be Kindgould over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all citizens on a four-name basis. Let me up! Delayed. Bernadette believes that I can help you? Well, that's a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never fear, but whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry's Ward northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late there's been a man who's been perpetually seated at the bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursandal, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. I do not believe we are acquainted. Pray lead me to my thoughts. The sigil of the Datencourse family. How is it that you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman? Her face, was it marred in any way? I had feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal the truth of their deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dartencours. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amadine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Oh, hold on, can't. I found the thing again. What'd you do, buddy? Is it a thorn? Is it a scab? What did you get stuck in you, dude? Sorry, I just have to make sure my cat didn't break himself. What'd you do, buddy? What is this? What is it that you got yourself stuck in? course, I can't see it. You're not helping me. Alright, I don't think it's anything bad. Not offended that I'm poking at it, so it can't be painful to him. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. Did I skip a dialogue? I might have. Hold on. Yeah, I did. Okay. I was once a manservant in the employ of one of the oldest and proudest families in Gridania, the Dartencourts. During that time, I had the honor of waiting upon Lady Amandine, mistress of the household. Fair as summer was she, and possessed of a... Oh, crap, I can't... Hold on. I have to... Jesus. Oh my god, stop. Please, I just want to... how do I... I've suddenly forgotten how to expand the fucking chat window. Holy moly. Basically, she was pretty. It won't let me scroll in a way that's useful, unfortunately. Alas, the calamity wrought a great change in her. Though my lady escaped with her life, death may well have been a kinder fate. Never will I forget the day her bandages were removed, and she beheld her disfigured face for the first time. At that moment, the kindly woman I knew ceased to be. Unable to bear the thought of being seen, my lady sequestered herself within her chambers and refused all company. This continued for many uneasy moons, until one day, without warning, she began receiving queer guests. None among us knew whence they came, these masked men. My lady believes that they would help her regain that which she had lost, so she began the rites of rejuvenation. These rituals seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but grew ever more grotesque as time went by. Eventually, there came a day when my lady bound one of her handmaidens to her bed and proceeded to mutilate the poor girl's face. Suffice it to say, she did not survive the ordeal. It fell to me to dispose of her body. I performed that dreadful task as bade, obedient servant that I was, but when it came time to return to the house, my legs refused to move. I knew then that I could not go back to that place, not after the nightmare I had witnessed. So it was that I left Hawk Manor, my home for nigh on half a century. Long did I weep for the girl who was slain, and longer still for the woman that Lady Amandine had been. Yet one cannot weep forever, and I endeavored to put the matter behind me. Indeed, I had resolved never to speak of my experience until you appeared before me. My lady's madness must be ended, lest more innocent lives be lost. Lay her tormented soul to rest, as you swore to me you would. She who awaits you at Hawk Manor, on the western edge of Central Shroud. Go now, go and do what must be done. Basically, Lady done got her face marred, she wanted her beauty back, so she started fucking up other ladies. Breaking their faces. Why have I suddenly forgotten how to expand the chat window? This is really bad. How do I... Oh my god, I've suddenly forgotten the literal button to make the chat log bigger. There we go, Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, she was possessed of a heart befitting her radiance. It's like, Jesus Christ, I couldn't remember the buttons. As we proceed on to our next dungeon. Next dungeon! The level 90 god begins anew! Hold on, we'll take the road as if we're walking. Instead of flying over unflyable cliffs. Hawk Manor, level 28. I turned on the rewatching the cutscene thing too, so we'll see the intro cutscene for each dungeon as well. Just because I want to make sure I don't miss any plot points, because ARR likes to put that in weird places. See if I even remember my way through this one. This is another one of them dungeons that has a lot of side rooms that you don't have to go in. I believe, yeah, there's a key in this room. There are also more keys than you need if you know the actual correct route to go. Don't believe we need to go in that room. I think it's just this one. Does this room have a key in it? Fuck, I've actually forgotten. No, okay, this room's useless. Don't need to go in that door. You need to go in this door. Oh, yes. Okay, I was like, I know one of these fucking side rooms has a goddamn key in it. I thought one had two of them, but maybe not. Yeah, we don't need to go over there. Just go right in here. Oh, wow. Shield Blob is no longer powerful. Yes, we got the green key, and we ignore the door that opened over there entirely, because I think it's just a shortcut. Yeah, it's just a short back to the start. Instead, you gotta go through the Ivy door. Grab another key. Don't have what was needed to get in the Carnation door, so we have to run around. Two keys in here. Honestly, I might not even need these two. Might be extra keys. Don't need to go in there. This one's got the yellow key. Pick up bloody parchment. Turn to the start of Hawk Manor, because why would we walk with our legs? There's an inner elf. What is that? A hat? That's a hat. Darkness has taken root within these halls, sprung from the most unlikely of seeds. One cannot help but admire the irrepressible spirit that quickened it to life. It is a pleasure to meet you at last, adventurer. You are every bit as intriguing as our master gave us to believe. It's no ordinary mortal who could acquire one crystal of light, much less 3. The crystals make you strong, and it is to that strength that the light is drawn. Heidelin chose well. A pity that your existence is irreconcilable with our own. We cannot well allow you to continue upon your present course. Alas, we came here not to play, but to take measure of your strength for Master La Habrea. That task now accomplished, we take our leave of you. Fare you well, bringer of light. Darkness. Welcome back, Glit. Still haven't had a voice cutscene with which to eat my burger! You have returned! What sights await you within the manor? What was become of Lady Amandine? You must tell me all. So she went so far as to consort with devils. Would that I could have done more to prevent her fall. May she finally find peace in the beyond. I know not whether the mastermen you encountered are the same pair that first led my lady astray, but it is plain that they are the same vile brood. Should the chance ever present itself, promise me that you will visit upon them tenfold the woe they have brought upon others. But who am I to speak of punishment? By my silence, I allowed... By my silence... By my silence, I allowed... I know not how many innocent young women to die in unspeakable circumstances. Matters not wherefore. Though misplaced loyalty, cowardice, or both, I am an abettor to a gross crime. I will surrender myself to the authorities and accept whatever punishment they deem just. I only pray that the gods will have mercy on my soul. Look, elves, you gotta speak English. I'm just waiting for Urianger to start fucking talking more. Hey, welcome back again. Welcome back, Kinliana. Full glad am I to see you safely returned. Tell me, how fared you on your sojourn into the Twelvewood? Well, you see, I went into a scary haunted mansion. 2 of La Habrea's minions? And they sought to measure your strength by their own admission? The devils taunt us. It is beyond doubt, then, the Ascians have begun to move in earnest. Would that we knew to what end. Yet I will not bemoan our plight. Thanks to your tireless efforts, we are at least aware of the encroaching darkness. Alas, we can only do so much. It's clear to me now that we Scions are too few to protect the realm against this threat unaided. We must needs alert the 3 nations to the presence of this elusive enemy, and recommend that they heighten their vigil. There is no shortage of misery in the world of that the Ascians might exploit. We have an arduous struggle ahead of us. Yet, come what may, we must not allow ourselves to become lost to hope, for that is precisely what the enemy desires. We have gleaned all we can from the information available to us. Let us set this investigation aside for the present. Another matter has arisen that requires your attention. Let me know when you are ready to be briefed, and I will summon the others. Yes, hello, I am ready to be briefed. Summon the others. Oh my god, I can eat my burger. Let's go.
Concerning the kobolds they sent such copious notes on, I presume?
Yes. And no. It has more to do with their findings, which portend a peril far greater than any beast tribe.
What sort of peril?
The worst kind. A tribe of kobolds in the vicinity of Limsa Lominsa has reawakened Titan. Our task will be to slay the Primal. The Maelstrom have sworn support for the endeavor. They are no strangers to the havoc kobolds can wreak.
Years before the Grand Company's reformation, 2 there, by the grace of the Navigator, were the mercenaries Mervip hired able to fend them off. Yet it did not take long for the beast tribes to regroup, and they summoned their primals once more.
Thankfully, their second coming was decidedly short-lived, but that is beside the point. So long as tormented souls will them to exist, the realm will never be rid of primals.
The Maelstrom has kept a watchful eye upon the beast tribes, and the kobolds in particular, ever since. Which brings us to the matter at hand.
Unlike Ifrit, we know scarcely anything of Titan. Unfortunately, the only force known to have bested him, the modestly named Company of Heroes, disbanded 5 years since, and mercenaries are not in the habit of keeping chronicles.
Expect the worst. The Maelstrom's help is of course appreciated, but even if we had their whole armada at our disposal, we could still find ourselves overmatched. A pity the kobolds lack the gentle sensibilities of the sylphs. A peaceful resolution would be more than welcome. The Echo will not avail you this time, I fear. If you are to survive, your steel must needs speak for you. No one would think you a coward were you to decline.
So you will accept? Thank you.
We can't very well send her to Limsa Lominsa without Y'shtola. Can we, Minfilia?
May I ask that of you, Y'shtola?
I never thought it in question.
Ever reliable. Very well. We will spare no effort to win victory.
Yo, throw back to when Y'shtola had eyes.
You may count on the full support of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and all not afield will aid the fight from afar. Thancred, Ida, go to the Grand Companies, tell them of our plight and solicit their support. Urianger, send word to the students of Baldessian, and Alfino if you would. Capilimo, compile all the information we have on Titan, little though it may be. You'll be apprised of the tactical situation when you reach the Sailor's Ward. Provision yourself for the journey. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
That was about half a burger's worth of cutscene. Let's go. Ugh, I hope they truncated this part a little bit. I know it's not fully truncated, but god, the shit leading up to Titan takes forever. Hail, adventurer, and welcome to the Maelstrom Command. If you wish to know more about enlisting, speak with the personnel officer. Unless you are the guests we were told to expect. Aha! Forgive me, madam. To business, then. It is as we told the antecedent. The kobolds have once again summoned Titan. A little over a moon ago, we began to observe the beastmen moving south in increasing numbers to Ogomoro. The scouts subsequently confirmed the object of their aggression. Crystals, fodder for their fell primal. Thank you, High Commander. You may leave the rest to me. Word is spread of your accomplishments, Kinliana. On behalf of Limsa Lominsa, I thank you for heeding our call. Forgive the lack of forewarning, High Commander. The Admiral wished to address Kinliana personally. We are no strangers to conflict. Long have the Sahagin and the Kobolds plagued our people, nor is this the first time we have had to address a primal threat. In the past, when Titan rose to threaten the peace, it was the company of heroes we turned. But they are long disbanded, and we must look to other brave souls blessed with the strength to face this foe. So it is that we turn now to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, confident in the belief that you are Limsa's best hope. I hope you are right. Yet the situation is far from simple. The kobolds are not prone to unprovoked aggression. Did not the Thalassocracy make a pact with the beastmen that each would keep to their own land, that no blood would be shed? And was it not the Lominsans who violated this agreement, dissatisfied with their lot? Shall we condemn the beastmen for defending their homes? Even a pirate must Monday reap what she has sown. I would advise you choose your words with greater care, Lady Y'shtola. Stand down, High Commander. She has the right of it. And the wrong is mine. Freely do I claim it, yet it makes little difference. Remorse will not shield us from Titan's wrath. Or would you rather have us fall upon our swords? My apologies, Admiral. The safety and security of Limsa Lominsa's citizenry are, of course, of paramount concern. Already, we have observed disruptions in the flow of ether further inland. The effects will be felt here in the city ere long. I ask much of you, I know, but the need is great. Can I count on your help, Kinliana? You have my thanks. Along with the full support of the Maelstrom, I await good tidings. That the kobolds should summon Titan demonstrates that they are no longer amenable to negotiation. This being the case, we must needs prepare for conflict. Before we meet Titan in the field, however, it would be wise to learn all we can of our foe, and I could think of no better source of information than the mercenaries who defeated him once before. The company of heroes may be no more, but several of its former members still live. It is said that one of them is employed at the Greyfleet Mills in Lower Lenosha. Quite why a mercenary should choose to become a miller, I do not know. When you find him, mayhap you could ask him for me. I, meanwhile, shall seek his fellows. Right, I have to, use my legs and walk there. Gross. Imagine walking. Couldn't be me. Why do I have, like, a visceral memory of murdering these dodos by the hundreds? Like, I think they dropped, like, something that I needed a bunch of. God, I just have, like, this visceral reminder of killing so many dodos. Lay down your burden, son. Come drain a pint with me. We'll have a grand old time, for ye a lass or three. You gonna say something, Venture, or just keep staring? Eh? You wanna know about the company of heroes? Ha, hells. Prices of bleeding fame. Can't a mill in peace no more. Still, seeing as you've come all this way, I suppose it won't hurt to oblige ye. Consider yourself lucky, lass. Old Tractome was the company's best axeman. Now, what was it you wanted to know? Yeah, ha ha! So you want to hear the tale of how the company of heroes bested a primal, do ye? Let me guess, you mean that bastard Titus, eh? Oh, if only you'd been there to see it. It was a mighty struggle, like the legends of old. Me and the boys fought him for 3 days and nights, we did. The ground trembled with every step Titus took, and when he hit you, girl, it felt like a cannonball to the gut. Ugh, just like that. Boy, what's that look for? I'm a god's damn hero, I'll have you know. The people around here sing me praises. Don't tell me you only care about learning the secret tactics we used to beat old Titus. Huh. Well, too bad, because now I'm not feeling charitable. You're so damn desperate? Then why don't you do me a favor and kill those rats that have made a nest in the windmill just south of here? Aye, do that, and then we'll talk. Good old Titus. He has broken free of Final Fantasy X, and his laughter threatens Limsa once more. Oh, the Rat King! Sorry, I almost ignored you, Rat King. Eh? So the beasties are dead, are they? Nice work, adventurer. Save me the hassle of... Nah, never mind. What, you still asking how we beat Titus? I don't know, Venturer. It was a pretty risky strategy, the kind only a veteran of 10 score battles could rely upon. I want to teach you, I truly do, but unless you prove you have what it takes to face that fast bastard, I can't in good conscience tell you a damn thing. At the very least, you'll need to be capable of slaying, say, a Goobu. Come think of it, that ain't a bad idea. Them creatures have a taste for the foul flour milled here, so you ought to have no trouble finding the one in the vicinity. Of course, I ain't asking you to cut it down quick as a skilled axeman like myself. Any road, why don't you try heading west and stand in lookout, in case a Goobu comes sniffing, comes calling. Slay it, and I might consider telling you more about old Titus. Good old Titus. Sorry, I seem to have parked my car on your face. Eh, you again? Then the Goobu that was harassing the millers is dead? Didn't think you had it in you, Venture. Still, you took forever and a day to get the job done. Still not sure if I should tell you our secrets. So, as I was saying, I still don't know if you got what it takes to face Titus. Maybe if you slew, Tractum? You in here drinking again? If you are, that goober would better be dead. Oh, it's dead, Chief. You have my word on that. Cleaved the beast's skull in two with my trusty axe, I did. Is that a fact? And what will your friend here say if I ask her? She'll vouch for me, of course. Ain't that right, friend? Tell me true. Was it Tractum who slew the Gubu, or was it you? Chief, what are you saying? It's me, Tractum, the finest axeman ever to serve the company of heroes, the legendary mercenaries who slew the bastard Titus. Titus? Titus? Who in the seven hells is Titus? Some primal you fought in a drunk sudden dream. The company of heroes slew Titan, you bloody halfwit. Well, see, Titus was what me and the lads used to call him. It's the biggest load of Sahagin shite I've ever heard. Both of you outside. We'll learn the truth the Lemminson way. Tractum, if you didn't slay the Gubu, you may consider your contract revoked. Alright, we know the rules. First one to smash their boulder will be judged the Gooby Slayer. Don't even think about trying to kill me, that's cheating. Who picked these boulders? They're nothing alike. Ah, the hell's with it. Let the contest begin. Still at it? Bugger. It's lucky I've got one of these. Joke's on you. I don't even need to kill your bomb because I'm a god. I broke it before you could use your bomb. Alright, I admit it. I lied about being in the company of heroes, but I'm begging you, Chief. Please don't dismiss me. I've learned me lesson. Honest, I have. Save your blubbering, Tractum. Should have known. Mercy, please. I didn't want to deceive you, I swear. It's just, I kept getting turned away by all the folk I asked for work, and I panicked. See, the last job I had was at Costa del Sol, and there was this grizzled marauder everyone treated like royalty. When I heard he was a captain in the company of heroes, I finally understood why. I wasn't being serious when I said I was one of them, but you wouldn't believe me, so I... Look, his name is Weiscat, alright? Weiscat. He'll tell you how to defeat Titus, or whatever the hell's that thing's name is. That's what you wanted, ain't it? So come on then, tell the chief to forgive me, it's only fair. Pardon? You wish to slay the Lord of Crags? We must slay him, Captain. The people of Limsa are depending upon us. You fancy yourselves heroes, then, just like in the tales? Be not so quick to judge. Long have I labored for the well-being of you and yours, and my associate here has bathed in Ifrit's hellfire and lived. She is blessed with a power that protects her from primal influence. Thus was she able to lay low the Lord of Inferno. We know full well the risks, and have taken every possible precaution. We lack only the knowledge of how to enter Titan's lair. Pray be so good as to grant us the boon of your wisdom, and we shall be on our way. A woman who can't be tempered. Useful, but it will not be enough. It is true the company of heroes fought and felled primals, but each victory was bought with the lifeblood of brave men and women. And Titan was the worst we faced. Aye, we defeated him in the end, but he took from us some of our very best. Even if you possess the power you claim, I have no reason to believe you will succeed. Believe what you will, we mean to try. Though our lives be forfeit, we will not abandon Limsa to the wrath of Titan. You are passionate, I'll grant you that. And you deserve better than the greeting I gave you. But I will not send you into Ogomoro on a whim. To be plain, I do not wish to see you give your lives in vain. At the very least, I must have assurances that you are more than common adventurers. I oversee security for Master Gegaruju's estates. Perhaps you can demonstrate your abilities by attending to one of our... You gods, man! Have you heard nothing I've said? We not have the time to perform trivial tasks. The enemy is at the gates. You imagine words can sway me, girl? You dislike my conditions, then you are welcome to find your own way into Ogomoro. It pains me to admit it, I fear we have no choice but to acquiesce to the man's demands. Yet much remains to be done if we were to best Titan. Forgive me, but I must ask you to undertake this task alone. I will use the time to see to the remaining preparations. Leaving the dirty work to others, are we? Very well. Pray do whatever the good captain bids, however trifling. Remember, the fate of Limsa hangs in the balance. And boy, is it trifling indeed. Master Gegaruju's requests can be more demanding than you realize. Before I set you to your true tasks, I would like to verify that this won't be a waste of my time. A Nyx has been recently seen prowling the beach to the east. As you can imagine, my master does not want large slimy creatures anywhere near his lands. The beast is cunning, but you should have no difficulty luring it out with a herring. Slay the Nyx and return to me. Oh, and don't forget to bring me a leg as proof of the kill. Yes, hello, it is I, the hero. Fear me. Well, did you deal with the Nyx? Lest you think me overly cautious for testing you in this way, you should know that we had an incident not long ago. A foolish young employee was dismissed for lying about his past. He claimed to have served in the company of heroes, but I knew for a fact he did not. Anyway, now that the pointless busy work is finished, I shall give you a challenge as befits your talents. Two highly distinguished individuals are scheduled to visit Costa del Sol in the near future, and Master Gegaruju wishes to welcome them with an elaborate banquet. But, while money is no object, not everything Master Gegaruju desires can be so easily purchased. It is an extremely exotic feast, and so can Liana your mission to seek out and obtain the rare ingredients our chef requires. Naturally, such fine dining must be accompanied with a suitable wine, and by suitable, I mean the very best there is. That, however, can wait for the time being, as I believe you have enough on your plate as it is. It will be a long and arduous journey, but you need not toil alone. Many of the mercenaries who once served under my command still live, and they will guide you in your quest. For the first ingredient, I would have you travel to the South Shroud and speak with Landaniel and Camp Tranquil. What? You mean to tell me that you cannot afford to waste time as your associate did? Adventurer, if you have not the endurance to complete this mission, how do you expect me to believe you can outlast the Lord of Crags? Either do it or don't. I have work to do. You require assistance, adventurer? So this is the one who would challenge Titan. I've been expecting you, Kinliana. The ingredient you seek is the egg of a giant adamantoise. The method of acquisition should be obvious. You steal it from the beast's nest, of course. Simple in theory, but difficult in execution. Most who try die in the attempt. Will I help you get it? You amuse me. I will not jeopardize my position by openly assisting you. From me, you will receive only information. What you do with it's your choice. Let me be clear, this business between you, me, and the captain must remain a secret. See, I don't regret my time spent with the company in the slightest. Traveling the world, meeting interesting people, killing them, it was all jolly good fun. Alas, Gridanians are, by and large, an unforgiving lot. Zeto here being a rare exception. I've had to go to great lengths to ensure that I'm seen as a model citizen, with no taste for drinking, whoring, gambling, and all those other activities I so dearly miss. So understand that if you ruin my little charade by wagging your tongue, I'll fashion a noose with your entrails and hang you from the nearest heavens pillar. Well, what are you waiting for? There's a perfectly good adamantoise egg in a nest to the east of here, just ripe for the taking. Not that I expect you to live long enough to claim it. The mother never strays far from the child, and you will surely be attacked the moment you lay hands upon the egg. There will be other heroes, Kinliana. You do not need to challenge Titan. Abandon your quest, or your corpse will rot in this swamp. Excuse me, good sir. I am, in fact, a god come from the future with intimate knowledge about everything that's happening and the power to kill you by blinking. See, look. I blinked. Turtle's dead. Oh. That's not my mount button. That is the Sheltron button. Curiosity. Oh, okay. The damage reduction lasts 4 seconds. The blocking lasts 8 seconds. Okay, I was like, what's the difference between Knight's Resolve and Sheltron? Because there's different temp... Yeah, it's that, is that blocking versus damage reduction. Alright. Thought you might have the good sense to leave this place. By your continued presence, I take it you intend to persevere to the bitter end? Yeah, here's the egg. Such bravery, such recklessness. That will serve you well against Titan. Leave the egg with me, I'll see it gets to the captain. You should make haste to southern Dinoland. In Forgotten Springs, you'll find a man named Ode Nunn. He will be your next guide. Safe travels, Kitliana. State your business, adventurer. So this is the one Westcat sends me. I haven't the foggiest what he sees in you, and until I do, you will receive no aid from me. Persistent bugger. Very well, let's have a look at you. You've seen your share of battle, there's no mistaking that. And you did manage to attain that adamantoise egg. However, that was not more than a display of brute force and blind courage. The Nun I once fought also believed that his strength would save him. He was wrong, and now I am Nun. Many years ago, I joined the company of heroes to hone my skills instead of challenging my predecessor before I was ready. Even when I was young, I understood that victory goes to the patient, the cunning, the pragmatic. That is why I claimed my position, and it is why I still hold it. And it is why I will not help an unproven whelp. Children of the Sands do not offer aid to strangers. To do so is a sign of weakness. However, if you were recognized as a skilled hunter in your own right, it would be permissible to assist you. Across the desert to the east lies an Amalja encampment. There dwells a warrior, renowned both for his strength and his guile. To even face this Amalja in battle, you must first find a way to lure him away from the encampment. This will be your test, to draw out and defeat the veteran. For this, I will offer you no advice, only this worn spear. Why, you ask? You'll have to solve that riddle yourself. Now go, slay this old warrior, and bring me his necklace. Tell me, adventurer, is our old nemesis dead? 'Tis a fine necklace, as befits a veteran of countless battles. It will make an excellent trophy. The spear belonged to one of his brothers. I knew when he spied from afar, he would be unable to resist venturing out of the encampment to see for himself. Did you discern my intent, or was it dumb luck, I wonder? Either way, you impress me, adventurer. I shall tell you of the ingredient you seek. A shame we did not meet when I was still with the company of heroes. You would have made a fine recruit. But no point dwelling on what cannot be. You have a welwick worm to hunt. Sandworms soar brazenly across the desert dunes, but welwick worms are far fewer in number. Rarity breeds demand, and so their meat is highly prized as a delicacy. The only way to catch your quarry is to entice it with something it cannot resist. These worms prey on the smaller creatures of the Sigoli. A freshly slaughtered angler carcass would be my choice of bait. There's an area teeming with anglers to the east. I will mark it upon your map, along with the location where welwick worms are most frequently sighted. Be warned, the blood will drive the worm into a feeding frenzy. If your skills are lacking, it will devour you as well. I'm suddenly thinking, I wonder what the Warrior of Light's map looks like if they're not like, if they never, erase all the markers that people put on it, like across the world. They must have a fucking fascinating map. Like, here is sandworms. Is that a B rank? Hold on. I'm gonna go murder this B rank for funsies. Hello there, Alban the Ashen. Level 50? Oh my god, he lived. Now he's dead. You look well, if you got your quarry then. Your skills as a hunter rival those of our best. I applaud your success, Kinliana. The meat will need to be heavily smoked before I ship it to Weisket. Worry not, you have my word that you will receive it in time for the banquet. You must be eager to obtain the third ingredient. I regret to say I know not of its location. For the nonce, you shall return to Costa del Sol and seek Weskat's counsel. But hold a moment. Since you'll be meeting the captain again so soon, there's something I would like you to deliver to him for me. The captain was always fond of his brandy wine. I would be grateful if you could deliver it to him on my behalf. I was a reckless, angry youth when I first joined the company, and he would have been well within his rights to cast me out. Everything I have I owe to his wisdom and generosity. Westcat was a firm yet fair teacher, an expert molder of men, and I suspect that is still the case now. Please give him my regards, Kinliana. Well met, Kinliana. Daniel and Uodnun both spoke highly of you. What brings you here today? My favorite. I shall have to thank the Nun personally. Now, you have but one ingredient left. Fortunately, you will not have to travel to Alnard this time to obtain it. Okay, yeah, right. Lenosha's like on its own fucking universe. But I mean, Aldnar's just the... Yeah. Truth be told, I never intended for you to collect this last ingredient. Brayflox, my old quartermaster, wished to bring it to Costa del Sol herself. However, not too long ago she sent word that there's been some trouble at the Long Stop, that the delivery will be delayed indefinitely. She told me nothing of the incident itself, but I fear the situation may be dire. Though I would like nothing more than to aid her myself, I have no choice but to turn to you or your allies. Make haste to Hidden Falls Dock and speak with Ozan Nazan. He will direct you to Raincatcher Gully, where Brayflox and her people have made their home. What's the hurry, Venture? Something happened over at the Gobby settlement? I don't know why you're so eager to help a bunch of beastmen, but go and talk to the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you to Raincatcher Gully. Tongue flaps of voice can't be reaching ears of Brayflox. Uplander has come from tasty fresh Goby treats, yes? Quest prize of Uplander deep in Longstop. Flighty beasts chase Gobbyflock from homes. Gobbyflock need godly Uplander gives safety to Longstop with much hand lending. And with that, we go on to our level 32 dungeon. Into the Longstop we go. They don't see me? Hello? Hello? Thank you. Oh, hello? Are you still alive? Sure. Alright, Goblin Pathfinder. Gobbyflock in danger! Uplanders take gate key. Open head gate! That's cute. You have to kill the ad. Victory for Bracelock. Longstop is not overturning. Should be able to run to the end, more or less. Once a good old sprint comes up. Jargon. Dude, we used to be so happy when we completed things. I remember that light in my eyes, because it's gonna be gone real fast. See what G pinged us about. Oh, Benji. Finish my last bite of burger before reading. Alright, there we go. Lunch more or less eaten. Goodly Uplander has thanks of Gobbyflock. Flighty Beast was tricksy foe, but Uplander outwitted with plainsmaking. Uplander has goodly head for fighty think. Gobbyflock's happy gives tasty fresh gobby treats to clever Uplander. Jesus, stinky sweet gobby treat. Special make with secret gobby arts. No party complete without gobby gouda, brave flocks ever say. All of that for some stinky cheese. I gather you solved Ray Fox's little problem? By the gods, that unholy stench! This is definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, this should be quite flavorful. How's it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned and the kind of milk they used and... Bravo, King Liana. Thanks to you, our guest shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out old Shermani Lamani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip, he'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shermani Lamani my regards. Sweet. Sweat, grime, and blood. Ah, you reek of blood. An adventurer, unless I'm mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order? Let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster? This paper smells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol. And there's also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gegaruju will not settle for anything less than the best. Dryswitz and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways, but you've no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient, and Whiskat must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my position is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Bergliant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. Somehow I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. The neophyte vintner bid you speak with me? Heh! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you gubu urine than sell you my worst vintage. Be gone from my sight. I take it he said no. Really in those words? Well, I cannot say that I am surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa Lominsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I would guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the Vignarans of Winepart crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of the town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. Aye, the legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh, and was one with all creation. But it is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. We cannot convince Bergliant to part with his wines. Our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine, and offer them every gil we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the vinegrons tending the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. Bacchus wine? Ugh, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Though I couldn't keep the wine safe from the thieves and the elements. Never counted on the bloody primal showing up in my goddamn house. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. Never had a chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. No luck, Most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been just perfect for the occasion. But I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner, wine person, I don't know. After Titan blinded me in our last battle beneath Ogomera, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was so much I could still experience, even in my condition. It helped me to find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia, which once filled me with hope, may forever be lost to us. I must say the talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. Aye, have no fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think on a solution. In the meantime, as a favor, I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Reborn with a vagabond drunk. As a vagabond drunk, I was looking for a place to die, because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was then that a man named Drest took me in and nursed me back to health, and it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my original creation, and I would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Drest sometimes work in the Raincatcher Gully docks, so perhaps Riskilt can tell you where to find him. Dressed? Ah, you mean the hermit. Aye, I toss him a few gil when I need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best leave well enough alone, I say. If you don't mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the severed string. What do you want? Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? I can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing, it keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Man done got a bug problem. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me, even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the Maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but the others... No one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands, just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway across the world. I just want to go home. I wish to thank Shamani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at Red Mantis Falls, I collected a sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine, see? Should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out. Please take them to Shamani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope one day to do the same. been some time, Kinliana. What news do you have addressed? Ah, yes, I recall he did have knowledge of winemaking, a simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We're not so different, Dress and I, two men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he's been alone with his thoughts for far too long. Aye, it's past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Kinliana. By the gods, Kinliana, listen! I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Dress palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain. These are the leaves of a Bacchus grape vine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Dress found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Oh, hello again. What is it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. Saw fresh Gooba tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from the vines growing on its back of one such beast? If you're looking for it, please be careful. Some Goobus are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. What did Dress have to say, Kinliana? Tell me everything. Aha! I was right! The smell of this texture. I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintier could... 12 is my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There's none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Bergliant. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine. Sir, you needn't... Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of the label. This couldn't possibly be... a 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible! This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was just the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say. He made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gegaruju will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Kinliana. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Ah, but do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Weisket. Well, yes, I should very much like to drink it, but I'm a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. See, he was just, you know, he had a stick up his ass, but Master Burgerlius, wine extraordinaire, was one of the friends we made along the way. Now that I've collected several ingredients, can I please go fight good old Titus Titan now? Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So, what of the wine I asked you to bring? Is that 7 hells of 1547 Bacchus? Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you. But congratulations, Kinliana. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Coast del Sol has seen in many years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her the banquet is about to begin. Y'shtola is concerned for your well-being. Thank you, Y'shtola. Me too. You have the look of a woman who's been to the 7th hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in her own honor. And while the shadow of Titan looms over us all, it beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I would have accepted my lot with less grace. Yeah, so these motherfuckers made us go around the world, into a dungeon, through the forest, for a banquet that they were throwing for us. You dickhead! Lady Y'shtola, Lady Ironhide. 1,000 pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, madam. Had I known, I would never have permitted my men to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals. Come now, she must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would be sending you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare her your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Kinliana has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten her. Aye, fair's fair. There's no sense hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath. That any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be good godslayers by his own criteria. If even one found her wanting, she would be rejected without a second thought. But if she proved herself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support her cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls, eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few are capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not to be one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the 5 of you deigned to test Kinliana with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure, but tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows? She's a brave one, that much is certain. She willingly walked into the midst of danger, despite my repeated warnings that it could cost her life. Her skill is undeniable. She stalked her prey as relentlessly as any child of the sand and struck with precision when the opponent presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Kinliana, however, is a kind and generous soul. I am certain she has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight at her side. Wily Uplander is talentful plainsmaker, tricksy foe for mighty rockman. I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We 5 of the Company of Heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crags, Kinliana Ironhide, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend, Kinliana Ironhide, Titan's Bane. Kinliana Ironhide, Titan's Bane! The 5 daddies of Titan slaying. Except Brayflox is a woman, so 4 daddies and 1 female Gabi. Why, hello there, lovely Makoto dancers. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Ah, yes, exotic feast. Let us partake. But one of them has gobby cheese in it. Which one? We don't know. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief, transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. We just ate God's food. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsa, Eorzea, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty rockmen with clever fighty think. Gobbyflock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Ah, Kinleon, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Lendaniel sends his regards. You are a veteran of countless battles, Kinleana. That is but one more. Trust in your experience, and you will prevail. You are blessed with a fortitude to rival the Earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. You are kind to indulge them, Kinleana. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. Though they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We can speak with him again. Am I ever going to stop giving her a very bad British accent? No. Because, I mean, she has one. I just don't know how to do it. But I'm still going to try and give it to her. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lenosha. From there, you will meet with Ryol, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that this knowledge does not fall in the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more reasonable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method. Ah, Ryol. Good old pirate man. Greetings, lass. Might you be the one the captain said we'd be calling? Aye, I thought so. Pay attention now, 'cause I ain't explaining myself twice. Lord of Crags. Years ago, when we was weighing up to see how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this Beastman's Aetheryte, see? Eh? What's that look for? Not familiar with him? He speaks of an unamplified aetheryte, which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there's no fundamental difference between such aetherites and those which you have used on countless occasions, Kinleana. Aye, well, if it ain't the Charlian lass, welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath Agomera form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. Ha! Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. The kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling old ones with traps. One wrong step, and the next thing you know, you got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around, and that was what got us thinking. I mean, Ugomoro mines are like a bleeding city, aren't they? And getting around in the city would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an Aethernet, wouldn't it? So it stood to reason that the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Even if there were aetherite shards in the depths of Agomero, you would have to need to attune yourselves to them before you could identify their signatures within the live stream. Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had the Charlian bloke to help us, you see. Delivered us right into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't know rightly what he did, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlian scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Did he now? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the aetherites in questions happen to be... Ah, yes. But in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party would require to... It is possible, in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend on whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Well, why don't we all get going to Zelma's Run and take a close look at the aetherite? It ain't far, though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not you can't handle, mind. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-dum, bum, bum, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba. I think I'm going to kill Titan purely with auto attacks. So I can listen to the music. So this is the aetherite the company of heroes used to gain access to Titan's sanctuary. It is Papalimo speculated. In its present state, the aetherite signal will not be strong enough for our purposes. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you'll have to proceed without me, Kinliana. I must needs remain here and supplement the beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it is possible that I may be able to stabilize the aetherite signal and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you will be on your own. Now, let's see if I am worth my salt. I have located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so stint not in your preparation. The Navel, now accessible. Confront Titan in the Navel. I'm going to kill him with auto attacks, because I want to listen to his music. We didn't get to hear much of Ifrit, because I poked him and he died. Look, an overdweller. Yes, an invader from above. She uses our aetherites against us. She has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespassed, violated, defiled. Overdwellers must leave. Overdwellers must fly. Brothers and sisters, fear her not. Her fate shall be decided by the Lord of Crags. Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for breaking of the covenant. You shall be first to face judgment, then Limsa and her outbreakers, liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. O Father, Lord of Crags, Titan we summon you, Titan we summon you. O Father, Lord of Crags, Titan we summon you, Titan we summon you. Here comes the biggest chicken nugget. He has come! He has come! The Lord of Crag's Titan is come. Overdweller, art thou deaf to their weeping? The vile kind coveteth ever the blessing of the land, and murdereth my children by the score, all in service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. Godless Overdweller, thy myriad heresies shall not go unpunished. Upon thee shall I wreak a terrible vengeance. Two autos in phase 2. I shall grind thee beneath my heel, mortal! For thee my hatred is unending, unyielding. Tremble before the might of the earth! I'll let him hit me a couple times, because I'm going to kill him in like 2 auto attacks. Okay. I win. The Lord of Crags, Great Father Titan has fallen! Well, time for another trip. The crimes of the Overdwellers shall never be forgiven, never be forgotten. No, no, never! 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will there be peace. Until our dying breaths we shall defy you. Deny, decry, defy! Now these are the readings one would expect of an icon. Dybbuk, it's your favorite. I have seen enough. We proceed as planned. Are you sure it is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not yet know its true capabilities. Then trust in mine, Ryotan. My curiosity, as you so eloquently put it, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there were to be truth in the legends, it could readily subjugate the whole of Eorzea, given but a little while longer, is that not so? It is. No greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized. What you say may well be true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war. Oh, but they will. Have little faith, my friend. I cannot endorse this course of action. Ooh. Now she has a fourth. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. Had naught remained to mark his passing. Well, the Ascians are nothing if not elusive. It is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will. But that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? I feared I might arrive too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I have taken measures to ensure that we were not pursued, and yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aetheryte in Zelma's Run, and we will rendezvous at Cape Bronze Lake. Agreed? I am relieved to see you well, but come, let us discuss our next step. A Realm Reborn, Part 3, done! That's why she phased out of existence. Onwards to Part 4.